most people around the age of 19, 20 to about 26, I would say you guys aren't lost. I'd say you're just tired. And what I mean by that is we're not letting ourselves be aware of the issues and the problems we have. I know, me being me, I don't let myself deal with some of the issues. I'd rather just focus on something else and not pay attention to them. Some people are the same way, but some people have realized this at a young age, and that's why they may have a much more expected life out of what people are expecting. And that leads me to the first topic. We have intense expectations and comparisons on ourselves. And some of the examples are seeing people thriving in life. Like, you see people who are 20 with Maybachs, with Lambos, with Hellcats, with all these nice cars, nice houses, but they've been putting in the work at a young age. Some people didn't have to put in that work. Some people just got gifted it, got it handed down from rich parents, but those parents these people had to have worked hard, at least at one point, to set up that generational wealth. But the issue we have with that is we start wishing we had what they had without working in the same way. You want these nice things. Some people want these really nice cars, really nice houses. They want amazing things. They want a high quality of life, but don't want to put in the work to get there. They'd rather sit around. They'd rather take weekends off and not put in any extra effort than what they have to put in to get by. Now, I'm not saying it's people being lazy. In this generation, we have to work much harder than other people had to do. And I'm not taking away from how hard people work now. I think getting a job and, being 20 working, some people work 2-3 jobs to make you go by. And I think that's very impressive. But if you want that higher life, I think it's important for you to put in the work that you know you need to do and not be so scared of it. It's a scary thing, I know. But you have to live that better life. I would also say some of the society norms that we have to deal with, everyone's expected to be married at a young age, have kids. People tell you to go to college and get a degree and not chase your dreams because they think your dreams are dumb. Some people say that because they didn't chase their own and they're jealous. Some people think you just can't do it. But that's not true at all. Some of these society norms are to keep you trapped in a society, and if you want that higher life, you can't be wrapped up in what the regular society is doing. And I'm not just saying this for men, I'm not saying it for women. Men and women each go through their own things. I'd say men are expected to not open up. We're not expected to share anything. We're expected to go work 60 hours a week and come home and provide even more for a family. And women are expected to just sit around. They're expected to listen. They're expected to just follow everything the man says. And I don't think that's fair either. I think we can all chase these dreams that we have without having to worry about it. I mean, it's good to put in the effort, 100%. But the issue that I'm noticing is no one's willing to because of these society expectations. Another thing I've realized is an identity crisis. We're still trying to figure out who we are, things we like, what we want to do with our lives while trying to fit into a societal norm. We all have dreams we want to chase. This is my dream. I know people whose dream it is to become an archaeologist. The people that, examine dinosaur bones, or people that want to build houses, people that want to make music. I think it's important for us to sit there and chase our dreams because that will lead us to understanding who we are more. We also have to understand what we want our lives to look like. I want my life to look like traveling with my girl. I want it to look like nice cars on a nice evening, not having to worry about telling my girl, we don't have the money for this. I want my girl to feel taken care of, where her only worry in the world is what she's going to wear. That's just my expectation of my life, and I'm going to do what I have to do to get there. Some people don't want that life. Some people want to, like I said, dig up dinosaur bones because that's what interests them. And you have to take the risk to get to that point in your life. And it's unfair because people are saying that we're supposed to, like I said, be done with college and be well put together and have all these healthy habits without anyone teaching us how to do it. School doesn't teach us how to do it. Sometimes our parents don't teach us how to do it. So how do we learn on our own? Which is why being a young adult in between, like I said, 18 to 20 to about 26 is so difficult, because we are learning on our own. And it's impressive. It really is, that we are learning how to do this on our own. But it's unfair that we are expected to have all this stuff done and have these careers and have these degrees and these families that we may not want. Having unrealistic expectations put on us is so harmful. It just damages us. It causes us to be burnt out. And that's what you see with a lot of people in the world. You know, you'll be driving somewhere and you see someone who's around 40 who may or may not have chased their dreams, who aren't there, and they're miserable in life. You have people who are absolutely miserable because they never chase their dreams, and they try to shut you down for chasing yours, saying it's unrealistic, saying it makes no sense, just saying all these rude things, and makes you feel like you can't follow your dream. But I can tell you right now, chasing your dream is going to be the best thing you can do. That's how you're gonna find yourself with that identity crisis I was talking about. That's how you're gonna understand who you are and what you want to do, is chasing the things you actually want to do, not what someone else is telling you how to do. And that leads into the point of growing independence. But the way other people see it is they want us to be off on our own. They want us to be in charge of a place, such as an apartment or a house, with these car payments and huge maintenance ideas, and just taking care of yourself all the time. Yes, it's good to understand that, but the issue, like I just said, is no one is teaching us how to do this. No one is aware of that situation. And it's important to understand it. It's important to be aware of what's going on. You know, being 20, where I am now, I'm expected to move out and have all these things, but I just can't because of a situation, like I said, where I'm trying to find myself and I'm trying to lead into a life that maybe I don't want, that I'm expecting other people to have and what other people are expecting me to have. And that's not fair at all. And that leads into, this all ties into, we aren't letting ourselves be aware of these situations. We're not letting ourselves be aware of what we want to do. We're too busy focused with trying to fit in with this society that we just feel burnt out. We're not chasing our dreams anymore. Back then, people chased their dreams all the time, but we're not doing it anymore. I'm, taking my first step. I know people who have major dreams, like some friends. My friend who I mentioned last time, one of my best friend who has been around for years. He has dreams. Maybe he hasn't told me, but he hasn't chased some of his dreams either, because he's trying to get into a settling job that other people are expecting him to like. And that's not fair at all. Some of you guys have your own dreams that you want to chase. Some of you guys may want to make music. Some of you guys may want to become a streamer or work on cars or develop fashion, anything. But with being as burnt out as we are and being as tired, it makes us feel like we're so lost in the world. But it all comes from these comparisons and these identity issues and what we're supposed to have and expected to have, all this independence at a young age. We don't have time to follow our dreams. And I think it's set up like that on purpose. And I think it's absolutely messed up that people are making us believe this way. But we can all do it. We can all chase our dreams and we can all follow what we want to do. And I think it's a beautiful thing that people are chasing dreams nowadays. But I think it's also sad to see people who aren't chasing their dreams because they feel so tired and lost in the world. And I think that all needs to change. So with all that, I just want to say thank you guys for joining this journey and following these channels and just watching and not judging. Like I said, I don't want this channel to be a bunch of edits and cuts and retakes. I just want it to be spoken truly from who I am and from my heart. I don't want it to be a written down script. I don't want it to be like a monologue, or like I said last time, like a zombie talking. I want it to be straight from me. So with that, I want to update everyone on the scheduling. Mondays, I'm gonna drop this Big Brother advice. That's what I'm calling it. Wednesdays, I'm gonna drop some fragrance videos, perfumes, things like that. And on Fridays, I'm gonna drop car videos talking about, my favorite cars, some cars on a budget, what you can do, just things like that. So once again, I just want to thank everyone here. Thank you guys for tuning in. And I just want to say, we have to remember that we have to move in silence, and we have to build ourselves in the dark. God bless.